Drumroll finishes, and the target is
and it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout.
Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
And he's still good on it, 97.
Another one of those would be handy. Double 16 for a 1-5-2 for the match. That is how you do it.
Magic Mike.
On his first leg, Mike Gillet.
I think he's starting to enjoy this. I've not seen a game like this before in Portsmouth.
Like father, like son. Like father, like son. Double 18. Mason Whitlock hits the 9th darter. Mason Whitlock for a second 9 darter of the night. Treble 15. Double 18. He almost did it again.
23.
It is indeed July the 24th, and indeed the action starts now. It's the first evening session of the week here in week 10 of Series 11, and you are most welcome to Portsmouth. Hello, good evening. Welcome along to the action here at the Modus Super Series, where we've got a former world champion in action this evening. Richie Burnett will be starring the show once again here on the South Coast. We've got another world champion with us here in the studio. 20 years removed yourself and Richie's world championship titles, and we're looking forward to seeing the Prince of Wales back on the big stage again tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's entertainment personified, and every time Richie's in this building, something special happens.
This afternoon saw Group C get underway. It was Oliver King that tops the table overnight. Him and Richard McKee both on 8 points respectively. And for Oliver, such a dream debut day.
Yeah, it was a level-headed guy, and he just came in here, and I think, to be honest, he had played Devon Peterson first game, and Devon was probably the big name of the group, and when you turn him over in your first game, how can you not have your tail up and have confidence with what you're doing for the rest of the day?
Let's have a look at the table then, following the end of the first day's play in Group C. Oliver King and Richard McKee, they're both top of the table. They both have 8 points to their name. Devon Peterson on 6. Dan Asprey, well, he's going to be really disappointed with himself with just 4 points following the first day's worth of play, whilst Ollie Howard and Niels Hine find themselves on 2. So that's how Group C looks. This is the tournament bracket for the week. Boris Kirchmar winning Group A on Wednesday afternoon. The Group C, what we watched, of course, this afternoon. And tonight we're going to see Ryan Brownley and Richie Burnett return. Mason Whitlock, Steve Hine and Mike Gillet joining the mix in this particular group. And in terms of Mike, a player that I remember the old days of Southampton. He was somebody that came in. He played a lot of Group Bs when we were in need of players to fill the spaces. And he's kind of gone very full circle with it. He's used experiences here to elevate him to things like World Championships at the Lakeside. And, of course, winning his week here in Series 3.
Yeah, with Mike's job, it only allows him to do so much. And a Group B really does suit him. You know, he's a Welsh international darter. He knows all about the game. He's not too far away from here, but yeah, he's been a good friend of mine for a fair few years. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing him tonight and seeing what he can produce. He throws a very odd shaped flight on his dart, so keep your eye out for that.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that as the night goes on. Let's talk about Ryan Brownley, because we were talking yesterday in commentary about how he's been able to win games despite not playing at his best this week. His B game has got him through situations.
Yeah, his B game, he's had a pretty level week. You know, he doesn't really drop off of it. He stays very consistent. And what I like about the kid, he manages to just head on and hit adversity in the face, really. If he has a bad throw, yeah, he might make a little comment about it or whatever, but he manages to forget it, and he pulls back in and he'll hit a 140 and get him some out of it. So for one so young, that's very unusual.
Let's have a look at the odds then. And if you don't mind, Scott, I'm going to turn pundit for just a second, because I'm having a look at these odds and I'm having a look at Steve Hine at 13-2, and I'm thinking that could well be one of the best bits of value you might see in quite a while.
I would agree. I think if he sees that out in the back room as well, he'll be looking at that thinking, oh, yeah, that's what you think. Yeah, Steve is a class performer. Has been around a long, long time, and there isn't much he hasn't seen within darts, and he can handle most of it.
You know what's going to happen now? He's going to finish bottom of the group with 0 points, isn't he?
Yeah, but remember, you were the pundit at that point.
Good point, well made. 18 plus, gambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter tonight. Game number 1 is a meeting between Richie Burnett and Mason Whitlock. An early one this evening, I caught up with the apprentice to talk about his 5th appearance here at the Live Lounge. Mason, another stab at the Super Series next couple of nights. How much are you looking forward to it?
Oh, I always love playing up here, eh? It's every time I play here, seems magic always happens. So yeah, I'm really excited.
In terms of your previous experiences, obviously you've had some good individual moments. You've had the 9 data. Do you feel like you're at a stage now, because you've been here a few times, now it's looking at possibly a bit more the end goal kind of things?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot less pressure. I haven't really been advertised that much, and I've kind of, kept to the back, and I think it's taken a lot of the pressure off my shoulders, and yeah, it's a good feeling to not have any pressure on my shoulders.
Is it nice going under the radar? Because I suppose because of the bits that we've spoken about in the past, it probably puts pressure on your shoulders that you don't specifically want, because you're a player that's just trying to grow and quietly grow.
Yeah, for sure. I've been putting a lot of hours in the board lately, just tweaking my throw a bit as well, and it seems everything's going really well for me now, and coming here with no pressure on me feels really good.
How do you see that group out there tonight?
Oh, they're all great players. I mean, every time I've played, people play great darts against me and stuff, so I'm expecting 90 plus averages every game, and I'm ready to beat that now.
And is that the key, standing up to that kind of opposition? Yeah,
just find a bit more consistency now. I've done some great stuff up there, but I haven't been very consistent when I've been here. So just looking forward to showing that I have put the work in, and I can be a lot more consistent than I have been.
Go well. Wish you all the very best tonight, Mason. Good luck.
Thank you.
So Mason Whitlock and Richie Burnett is our first game of the night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. A meeting of Wales and Australia. For Richie, a Group A campaign which at times was a little bit up and down, but was able to do enough to get himself into the night session this week. As for Mason, now 22 years of age, from Brisbane in Australia, making his 5th appearance here up against Burnett, the 58-year-old Welshman, 1995 world champion, former world master, a man who has achieved things that many would be envious of in their career. Let's get into the action, and let's watch the action in the company of one of the very best to have ever done it. Paul Hinks is a legend. His CV speaks before itself. 4 World Championship finals in a distinguished career, one of the all-time great refereeing careers. And in a year where we're saying goodbye to George Noble on the professional circuit, Paul Hinks, who has had his own send-off and farewell, is very much a firm fixture here on the Super Series stage. It's Whitlock versus Burnett. We're live on Pluto TV on your smart TV device. You can download the Pluto TV app to your smart TV. You can favourite the channel. You can also download the app on your smartphone, your smart device, applicable to your preferred app store, the Apple App Store and Google Play. It's available on there, and you can take the Super Series on the move everywhere you go by downloading the Pluto TV app. That's via your applicable app store. But what is applicable here is 2 players that want to get off to a quick start. 2 players, Scott Mitchell, you would perhaps put down as confidence players. 2 players, if they can start brightly, can move for the rest of the night, have an opening defeat, then they might have themselves some work to do.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail right on the head, Henry. I think these two really do bounce off of playing well. And the better that they play,
60.
the better they continue to play. They just seem to have another level. You've got to be careful that you don't get on top of yourself and stop yourself.
121.
And these guys really do love getting out front and being front runners. To be fair, we all do. We'd all love to do it that way.
145. $125.
Well, Whitlock's got off to the strongest start of the two players, leaving himself on double 10 to win the opening leg of the contest. Burnett
99.
finding himself cut
20.
adrift in the opening exchanges of this game. Well, that's a wild one, and all of a sudden that decent score for Burnett last time out has opened up the door for him to get the breaker throw.
I saw him save a couple of these little 74 shots yesterday.
Game shot
And
on the
we've
first
seen him
leg,
save
Richard
another
Burnett.
one again today. And Whitlock's mistake
Second leg, Richie to
well
throw
and
first.
truly punished.
Game on. $100. $31.
I was actually speaking to Richie early on this morning, and he said he couldn't wait to get in the venue early
60.
enough because he was saying that he's just been bored all day.
$43.
Yeah, I was just going back to the hotel after we'd grabbed a bite to eat to freshen up, and yeah, Richie was already on his way.
Beautiful food. You really enjoyed that
100.
calzone, didn't you?
I did indeed.
$98.
But Mason Whitlock's the one who's got a little bit of food for fourth here. Dominated the scoring exchanges in the opening leg, was broken by Burnett, who's now
100.
looking to open up a 2-0 lead and beginning just to look a little bit comfortable in this game.
$44. Richie O'Carr, 141. $65.
Oh, Whitlock way back on 285.
60. Richie O'Carr, 76.
But that, this time on 76. Shot 74 last time out.
Game shot on the second leg.
This time
Richie
it's
Burnett.
76, so a couple of nice little
Third leg Mason to throw
finishes.
first. Game on.
Mason did say in his interview that people play their best stuff against him. Well, Richie Burnett has certainly brought his better finishing with him tonight. He's 2 from 2 already.
59.
I can easily say that it was his Achilles heel all week so far in his Group A campaign. You know, he was under 30%, 28, high 28 percentages on his
60.
finishing, and that's just not Richie. He's usually well into the 30s, up around 33, 34. So if he can start doing
60.
something about that, he really can have a real good assault on this Group B.
I don't have any problems in terms of Richie getting through to Saturday. I feel like he's just going to do
81.
enough. He might not win the group, but I just get the sense he's just going to pick off enough wins over the next couple of days to book his
85.
ticket to another Saturday night here at the Live Lounge. Still looking for his first weekly title in this building. Did win, well, he won a fair bit at ye olde Livey Leaguey in Southampton a few years ago.
60.
He was pretty much there every other week. Such was his prolificness in terms of winning titles.
132. 97.
So 6 starts here from 165 for Whitlock to get on the board in this game.
45.
Went that route to try and hit 133 to leave the 32, but he didn't really get anywhere near any of them.
60. Mason Car 120.
Burnett hasn't really made much of an inroad, but he has managed to pressure the 120.
Was he going?
60.
I'm really confused because that dart's so far in the middle of the bed. I've got a feeling that that was 3 tops.
Surely he wouldn't have been that daft.
Well, any which way,
65. Mason
any
Car
which way,
60.
it's got a shot at 60. Could be a case of all's well but ends well. Double top.
40. Richie Car
So
78.
Burnett is back for a 3-0 lead.
I have to say it's another mistake from Mason. He's got away with it.
38.
Richie's also made a
Mason
mistake.
Car 20.
So double 10 to bring it back to 2-1.
Getting on the
Just
third leg,
squeezes
Mason Whitlock.
into the corner. Still got to find a break though, because Burnett found
Fourth
that
leg,
in the
Richie
opening
the
leg,
first.
and for the
Game
Prince
on.
of Wales, he's got to cash that in right now.
Well, hopefully that will settle him down a little bit, getting the first leg on the board.
60. 45. 60.
Burnett just about had that one under the treble. It's a bit of a blocker. Mason's done the same, but gets
100.
by nicely.
$95. 100. 140. 55. Richie Car 146.
Burnett looking at 146. Looking now at double 16. And looking good. The Prince of Wales has found his groove and is making his mark right from the very get-go. 3-1 up, big finish, and Mason Whitlock here has got it all to do.
100. 85.
Well, that's the first sign of the Burnett hokey-gokey this evening. In fact, just having a little look up to me fruit machine. Our
95.
stats bot. 3 from 3 in terms of his finishing so far in this contest, the Prince of Wales.
I'm not sure he's 3 from 3.
60.
I think he's 100%.
Oh, let's call the whole thing off.
$58. 60. 60. 140.
Burnett potentially closing in this visit for Mason. You get the sense of the utmost importance.
119. Richard
Yeah,
Carr,
nicely found with the
156.
last two to pressure the 156. We've already seen a 146 from Richie.
$100. Mason Carr, 69.
So this to give him a route back into the game. It's going to be one dart at double 16.
37.
Misses on
Richard Carr, 56.
the outside wire, and so Burnett back looking at 56 to wrap up a 4-1 win. Looking at double top to get the game won.
36.
And double top, which
Mason
goes
Carr,
low.
32.
And so Burnett misses his opportunity. Whitlock will come back.
Getting shown the
And
fifth
Whitlock
leg. Mason
will
Whitlock.
extend the game back to 3-2.
Six leg Richie to throw first. Game on.
Well, first two darts that Richie Burnett has missed in this game. Two darts to win the match.
26. 99. 45. 140. 26. 81. 134.
Well, it looks like we're going all the way to a last leg decider. Whitlock 6 darts on 181 to enforce leg 7 in this game.
45.
I was just about to say he started to settle down and makes a mistake with that last dart.
81. Mason Carr, 136. 96. 59.
So Whitlock looking at
Mason
double
Carr,
top
40.
to give us a last leg decider.
Game shown
Last
on the
leg
sixth
decider,
leg.
we've
Mason
got
Whitlock.
3-3.
Seventh and final leg. Mason to throw first. Game on.
Got to say, Scott, if I'm going to be brutally honest, it's felt rather flat this game.
59.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's the opening game of the evening, and I think that there's a certain amount of nervousness. We all know there's
57.
only 4 games each for this evening, and the group is a lot smaller, and you've got to be careful that the group don't pass you by. You've got to be right on it from the start, and at the moment, Richie Burnett looked really
100.
good at 3-1, but now he's sort of opened the door. Whitlock's upped his game a little, but not significantly enough to jump back those 2 legs. It's more about Burnett dropping off, but
100.
here he comes back with a big 180 at the right time.
$100.
Well, suddenly the ball back in the Burnett court. And all of a sudden, he is just beginning to find something.
100.
Is El Princio.
$72. Richie Carr, 164.
164 up against 170. 164 gets first go. 164's not got.
134.
And so
Mason
is going to have to find a finish which was feigned by his father. Wearing, well, he's not wearing his dad's flights, he's using his dad's
100.
flights.
Richie Car 30.
Burnett back for double 15. Oof, that kisses the wire. And much to his
Mason requires 70.
frustration. Whitlock back for 70. Double 8 for the match.
54.
Does not go, and so Burnett is
30.
reprieved. 2 15s. He's going to go straight for it. And now one dart double 6. Mason
18.
Whitlock watches on hopeful.
Mason Car 16.
And his hopes spring eternal. Can he kill off this game? Yes, he can. He seals a 4-3 win over Richie Burnett to kick the night's action off. It wasn't a classic, but ultimately 2 points for Mason Whitlock. Richie Burnett mismatched darts. He trudges down the tunnel, a dejected figure. Coming up after the break, Steve Hine takes on Ryan Brownley. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Lidlow! Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. We're going down, and in the opening match, Mason Whitlock got the better of Richie Burnett by 4-3. Game number 2 is a meeting of Steve Hine and Ryan Brownley. Steve, the 56-year-old from Coventry, twice a weekly finalist in his previous appearances here, up against the boy from Blythe who's looking to be made at the Modus Super Series, Ryan Brownley. Another teenage star off of the tungsten assembly line. For Ryan, he's got the black and white stripes of, I'm going to assume, the Magpies of
First leg,
Newcastle United.
Game on.
Probably best we don't talk football to a Geordie today. As for Steve Hine, I want to talk about one thing
60.
and one thing only. And that is I want to talk about muffins. Because Steve Hine has turned up tonight, the Muffin Man, and I have not seen a muffin anywhere
46.
in this building.
$60.
I'm not sad, I'm disappointed.
We'll have to
48.
wait till a certain establishment opens in the morning that rhymes with eggs.
Well, it's actually got the letters of eggs
100.
in it.
Just said it rhymes with eggs.
Well, to be fair, Ryan Brownley doesn't reside too far from where said bakery was formed.
100.
But let's not talk about pastries
100.
because Ryan Brownley will look to up his past tries here at the Super Series by winning a first weekly title come Saturday evening. We kind of mentioned it in the studio in the prelude to
57.
the action that he's kind of been able to get around this week. He's played some decent stuff, but he hasn't been
40.
able or hasn't needed to have the real A-grade stuff to put himself in the position that he's in. But the early indications are that even the B-grade stuff isn't here in this opening leg as Hine leaves himself on a finish first.
Yeah, but what we saw from Ryan yesterday was he
84.
didn't panic.
See the car 141.
When legs got away from him, we saw him a couple down a few times and getting back into the game and winning them.
81.
At the moment, Steve Hine's not quite on point at the minute. Although he's 100 in front. Still getting used to surroundings.
83. Supercar 60. Getting shot the first leg, Steve Hine.
Well, Steve Hine makes no mistake of that 60 finish. Pins
Second leg
the
round
double
is
top.
first. Game on.
Leads this game by a leg to 0. You've had the old famous game or two in
140.
Coventry in your time, haven't you, Scott? Didn't you play Van Gerwen at the UK Open behind closed doors there?
60.
Or was that MK?
Good question. Good question. I can't remember where that. I think it might have been MK actually. Yeah, I think yeah, because everything was sort of sealed off in MK.
135.
We were all testing in, and then put in our rooms. And then if you failed the test, you were removed from your
60.
room and put straight in your car, and you went home. But yeah, he's a 12-time qualifier for the UK Open. Is Steve Hine
140.
prolific at the UK Open? But you're right, I did play MVG. I lost 10-8 if I remember rightly.
100. Brand new car 86.
TV board, weren't you?
Yeah. I think I beat Louis Williams' first game. And some fella called Geldin in the second game. I wonder what happened to him.
Well, put it this way, because of that defeat, you helped his Order of Merit position when he won it a couple of years later.
Getting shot
Double
with
10
second
for
leg,
Brownley.
Ryan
That
Brownley.
is an 11 darter. And that, we hope, glimpse of what we're going to see from this young man tonight.
And this is what we were saying that we saw from him yesterday. He doesn't get down when he loses a leg.
78.
He shows everybody what ability he has, gets on with the job and goes and gets it back.
$47. $41.
Both of them throw from a similar side of the board. They're over to the left.
$125. $60. $99. $54. $121. $134. Round your car, 109.
So 109 for Brownley to break the throw and open up a 2-1 lead. Got off to a slow start, but just beginning to improve in this game. He's not going to find a free-figure check. Can
53.
Steve Hine find a
134.
free-figure check? He's not going to, but he's going to leave himself handy. Brownley
94.
in a position where he's going to be
56.
forced to take out this 56.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. He's worked hard to get this chance for a break. It's now converting.
Getting shown the
Yeah,
third
and he's
leg, Ryan
managed it.
Brownley.
Nicely done from the young man
Fourth
from
leg Ryan
Blythe
through first.
in the northeast.
Game on.
Yeah, 2 and up, 2 from 2 in his doubles, averaging over 90 so far.
57. One of them, 40. One of them, 40. $100.
Nice last start from Hine there. He is one of those that can slot one over the top of the first two. Doesn't have big flights getting him in the way for deflection, so does become very successful with that dart over the top when you see other players move.
100.
There we almost see it again.
Well, you wouldn't win the Pulitzer Prize for second guessing the fact he was going to start on 19s there, Ryan Brownley. Leads himself on tops after 12. Hine's not going to find the 161, and so the man from Blythe looks at tops to open up a 3-1 lead in this second game of the evening session. We head down for double 10. Brownley gets a double 10. That's a 14 darter. He's playing in spells here, and the spells have been good so far in this game. The 14 darter, the previous leg. We also saw a subsequent 12 darter in there. It's coming out in patches,
45.
and the patches so far have been good enough to bamboozle the Muffin Man.
Yeah, but you'd rather it came out in patches than not coming out at all. So, again, he lost the first leg, and you think the young man could lose his head here a little bit. But no, he doesn't. He just puts 3 legs back to back.
40.
Wasn't that the name of the coach in dodgeball, Patches O'Houlihan? Just got to remember the 5 Ds of dodgeball. What was it? Dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge.
45.
If you can dodge a reg, you can dodge a ball.
45.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not seeing the film.
Just put it on your watch list. Or, if not, just chuck a wrench at me. Sure, you do a lot of people a favour.
I'm not like that, Henry. Too many cameras in here.
121.
I think they'd be conveniently turned off. Well, Brownley, 6 starts from 219 to complete a 4-1 win.
49.
Just about leads himself on a finish. 25 leaving himself on the big fish.
45. Brand new car, 170.
Steve Hine a little frustrated there that he can't throw a few straight ones.
Well, this would be some way to win. It doesn't have to go for it. Isn't going to take it.
90.
Needs himself an 80. Hine from this point and this position could only
45.
try and set
80.
things up. And so Brownley back for the match looking at 80. $20 leads Tops. Tops wins him the match.
$60. CV car, 160.
Ducks below. And so Hine has a Hail Mary opportunity. It's Hail Mary time. Is he going to head to the end zone?
120.
He couldn't quite touch down
20.
into the Tops. And so Ryan Brownley will come back. Looking at double 10 to win this game by 4 legs to 1. And to get his night off to the perfect start. The odds compilers ladled him as a 5-4 favourite to win the group. Steve Hine, well, he was a little bit of value, we felt, at 13-2. But this to bring it back to 3-2. He's dropped the dart on the floor. He's going to have to step back, recompose himself as he tries to fire home a match-saving double. And fire home a match-saving double he will. Back to 3-2. And he forces Brownley here to serve the contest out. He has the darts in leg 6, having missed an opportunity in the previous leg to win the match by 4 legs to 1.
60. $99.
Brownley back in with a 180.
45.
He needs to back it up if he's going to hold this throw.
$55.
Needs another one of those, does Hine, to get close.
100.
Not to be on this occasion.
$100. $100. Brand new car, 106.
Well, to eventually close the game off, Brownley looking at 106. To get his campaign off to a winning start, he's missed the big number.
He'll hope that it's not a slip that's going to affect him dramatically with Hine all the
74.
way back on 157.
157.
This to take us all the way.
47. Random car 32.
So double 16 to eventually wrap it up for Ryan Brownley. It's been a fairly up and down performance. 12 data, 14 data in there. But the important thing's the points. Well, we saw Devon Peterson find a target from an impossibly
16.
difficult angle, but we're not going to see
110.
Ryan Brownley do something of similar proportions this evening. But he's going to come back
37.
with
Random
3
car,
more
16.
in hand at double 8 to complete a 4-2 victory.
Game
Double
shown
8's
the match,
there.
Ryan Brownley.
Ryan Brownley's there. He's a winner at the Super Series. He beats Steve Hine by 4 legs to 2 to get his night off to a winning start. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Mason Whitlock again up against Mike Gillet.
Charlie McGuire, 164. 44. 32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2 darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Gave wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Got
Couldn't get the
it.
job
Got
done.
in the match. And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate.
Yeah, welcome back to the Super Series. And if you've just joined us, you've just missed before the break. Ryan Brownley, the 17-year-old from the northeast in Blythe, taking on Steve Hine, and he beat him 4-2 against the dart. So we now join match 3 here for Group B, and it's the first time we've seen Mike Gillet this evening. 41-year-old from Porthcawl. They must have moved it. I thought he lived up the road. But anyway, he's taken on Mason Whitlock, 22 from Brisbane. It's his 5th appearance here at the Modus Super Series. Mike, a Welsh international, a former Welsh international, and a super dart player in his own right, now residing
First leg,
in
Mike,
Hampshire, as does the Australian in the form of Mason Whitlock, the apprentice. He also resides in Hampshire, so may not have been born local, but these two lads now live local.
Yep, 2 players that are born or live in the close vicinity of this place, but they don't want to be known for residing in these close proximities.
76.
Well, they're just being honest. That was their hometowns. I think you're very... That's a lack of understanding there, Henry, I think.
140.
Well, the setup I get, it's kind of reminiscent to that we see at Martin Turner when he's here at the live lounge for Mason. Considering
58.
his old man could be a bit of a tinker, we don't see too much in terms of the barrel and the actual point. Sometimes we see a bit of a change of the flight and stem
80.
of Mason at times. But I think Mike's one of those players where we can just rely and almost expect
46.
him to play at a said level, and he's not someone that you see will peak and trough. He's somebody that you just know will play at a type of level that's very dependable, and at a type of level which is always going to be
95.
very competitive, whether it's good enough or not good enough to get into what his end goal is.
Yeah, definitely. And he's got a strange shaped flight, and honestly, I've had to go with Mike's darts, and they're so difficult to throw. The way that he throws them, they look like they throw through the air beautifully, but I just cannot throw the things. Very, very difficult. He's even
32.
let me have a set of flights to test, and I
141.
put them on my setup, and they just don't work. It's just impossible. So how he makes them fly through the air so elegantly, I do not know.
55. Mike
So
Ricard,
get it
54.
looking at 54 to take the opening leg of the match. 14 leaves double top. Down for 10s.
44.
Just
Mason Ricard,
caresses
86.
the inside, and so Whitlock back for 86. 74 left. Get it back for double 5 to
54.
take
Mike
the
Ricard,
opening
10.
leg of this encounter.
Getting shown the first leg.
Get it,
Mike
finds a
Gillet.
double 5, finds himself one up.
Second leg, Mason to through first. Game on. $141.
Yeah, Mason too risky to stay up top there, wasn't it? He had a wobbly one in the treble 20, didn't want to
60.
lose 60 points. He wanted to go for a clear target.
180.
This time, no such luck. He had 2 in the treble, nice and firm, so stayed up top, filled in the 180s there, Mason Whitlock.
121.
These two would be quite relaxed playing one another. They would have faced a lot in local competition. They
100.
both play in a local tournament in Southampton most Tuesdays, so they'll know each other's game pretty much inside and out as Mason looks at 80 to
Mason Ricard, 80.
level this game up at 1 apiece. Looking for potential 11 darts, and he's going tops for it.
60.
Yeah, first time I've seen Henry lost for words.
54. Mason Ricard, 20.
Well, we kind of seen the tops thing being something in the Whitlock playbook. I don't know whether Dart 2 was a genuine attempt at tops or whether it was a bit of a wild wide.
No score.
I kind of hope, really, if the truth be told, it was the latter of that.
Last time I saw you that speechless, Henry, was when you lost at the credit card roulette at the Italian.
87. Mason car 20.
Why do you think I don't have a credit card and I just put it all on Apple Pay? Because you can't put my phone in the middle
Mason
there.
Whitlock.
1-1, double 10. By the way, this whole tightness thing, I'll have you know, this is an absolute myth.
Feel like Mike to through first. Game on.
Okay, I'll go and check in your pockets in a minute if you had the buttons undone. That's how where you are. The biggest risk you take is walking around with your shoelaces undone.
Checks
68.
said shoelace. You joke about that, but my parents,
57.
up until senior school, would only let me wear Velcro. Genuinely.
Yeah, good. That's so they could hear when you took them off.
99. One of them, 40.
Good stuff there from Mason.
54. One of them, 40. $100. Measure car 164. $45. $85. Measure car 119.
98 left. Struggling what one once upon a time would call the Mardell
Michael
drift.
Carr 95.
Get it looking at 95 to open up a 2-1 lead.
I think he was going double there himself, wasn't he?
$55. Mason car 74.
74 for Mason. Looking at double top for the break at a 2-1 lead. Double top.
Game
In it goes, and Whitlock's 2-1 to the good. And I think the biggest compliment we can pay Mason at this present moment in time
Mason to through first.
is the fact that
Game on.
he knows he's still got levels to go, yet he finds himself in a position where he's now halfway towards winning each of his opening 2 games and taking the early authority in this Group B.
85.
Yeah, very much so. It would be a dream start if he could manage it. I don't think Mike's done just yet.
83. One of them, 40. $134. $58. $43.
If you have just joined us on this Thursday night, Mason looking for his second win.
58.
Following it 4-3.
A 4-3 win over Richie Burnett after game 1.
I don't know why. I get to like 10 o'clock at night. It's
56.
been happening at home
Mason
recently
Carr,
where
160.
I just keep coughing profusely. Anyway, Whitlock 160.
$40.
Scott, can you stop strangling me, please?
Yeah, no problem.
85. Mason Car
You've got to say
120.
mercy. So Mason drifts into the 5 once
82.
more.
Mike Ricard 100.
So a chance for Gillet. Trouble 19 now. That's gone begging.
40. Mason Ricard 38.
Straight at the 38, interestingly, now for double 8.
30. Mike Ricard 60.
So Gillet back at 60. Chance he wouldn't have been expecting to get.
$50. Mason Ricard 8.
Can't find the double 10, and so Whitlock returns. It's for breathing space. Double
Game
1
shot
is
on the fourth
found.
leg, Mason Whitlock.
Anyway, shall I complete
Fifth
what I
leg,
was
Mike
starting
to third
anyway?
first. Game on.
Before I decided to have the...
If you can, possibly, yes.
Yes. Nice little coughing fit. Well done. Thank you, body. Mason looking for win number 2 of
100.
the night. Having got the better of Richie Burnett 4-3 in his opener. And in game 2...
60.
This link's never going to end. Ryan Brownley beat Steve Hine 4-2.
54. $45.
Bit of lateral drift again for Whitlock. Dropped in to the 5 and
58.
both guys struggling a little bit here at this point of the game.
$180.
180 number 3 for Whitlock. Looking to win match number 3.
96.
He'll be trying to leave it handy here. He needs a treble.
45.
And once again, just pushes it to the left. Struggling with that at the moment, Whitlock. That's a couple of times he's done that so far
96.
in this game. Gillet managed to turn the corner to leave 97. Mason back on 171.
50.
Couple of
Mike
trebles,
Ricard,
but the
97.
wrong sort for him.
$41. Mason Car 121.
Whitlock 121 for the match. Bullseye for the match. Not there.
88. Mike Ricard 56. Getting shot on the fifth leg, Mike
Nicely
Gillet.
saved by Gillet.
Sixth leg, Mason to throw first. Game on.
To hold a throw for him, and you can see frustrated figure behind Mason. Not playing how he
97.
wants to be playing.
$100. $95. $95. $101.
Yeah, should start on the 19s with this one.
$139.
And that's the reason why. Leaves himself 167.
60. Mike Ricard 167.
Treble 19, not to be this
99.
time round.
Mason Ricard 148.
Still good to turn the corner. Whitlock after 148. Not going to go now, so we'll be back to level
58.
at 3-3
Mike
with
Ricard,
4
68.
68.
$28.
You can
Mason
see it
Ricard
bent
90.
the top wire there of double top. So it's 90 for Whitlock. That's treble 15 was his desired target.
74.
Hits
Mike
the
Ricard,
treble 18
40.
to leave 16. It's all about Gillet now. Can he level up at 3-3?
Well, Mason
showing the
Whitlock was
six flag,
forced
Mike
to go
Gillet.
to the last in his first game against Richie Burnett, and he's now being forced to
Seventh
go
final
to the
leg, Mike,
wire
you through
against
first.
Mike
Game on.
Gillet. He's a tough nut to crack, is Mike. Former weekly winner back in Series 3, all the way back in Series
45.
3. Beat Cam Crabtree in that final.
$140.
One of his biggest achievements in his career so far.
96. $58. $58.
So Whitlock has effectively turned the throw here. Needs a treble. Probably
57.
to hold on to it. Doesn't achieve that.
55.
Might get it being a teacher by trade. He must have dealt with a few apprentices in his time.
28.
Depending what he does, of course.
I'm sure they're all apprentices, aren't they? That's why you're a teacher.
Well, that is also very true.
Sorry to be the voice of common sense.
135.
That's where you need to give that finger point and say, you're fired.
Indeed. Whitlock will want another one of those to leave 38, and he's done it. So big pressure on the 112 for Gillet.
Double top. What a comeback for Mike Gillet. He seals a 4-3 win, the 112 checkout. You can see the disappointment on the face of Mason Whitlock because he had a real opportunity in that game to make it 2 wins out of 2 at the beginning of his night. He's unable to do so. Gillet wins 4-3. Burnett and Hine comes next. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Mike Gillet got the better of Mason Whitlock by 4-3. Game number 4 is a meeting between Steve Hine and Richie Burnett. This a meeting between two old pals who are both pointless so far tonight, having lost their opening fixtures of the evening. And as far as
first leg, Richie to throw first.
Evening's gone. Richie lost out 4-3 to Mason Whitlock, while Steve Hine lost out 4-2 to Ryan Brownley. Both players averaged in and around the mid to high 70s in their opening contest of the evening. In fact, so far this evening, the highest recorded average tonight is 86.23.
100.
Still awaiting somebody to really hit the straps in this group.
81. $60. $140. $121.
Two older statesmen of the game we've got in here.
94.
Richie Burnett at 58 and Steve Hine at 56.
140. Richard Coward
Worth the risk to hit a 180 and leave tops. He did have a wibbly one there, but he didn't worry. Still went for it. Bullseye for Burnett.
94. Steve Leclerc 80.
And he left 34 there. 25 ball. No.
62. Richard Carr 34.
Well, double 9 was what he was looking for. Double 9 is what he couldn't get. Burnett double 17. Now he splits and hits the double 12. All's well but ends well.
Second leg, Steve.
Frantic little bit of
game on
play there at the end of the last 6 darts, wasn't it?
40. $60.
Mr. Burnett once more couldn't believe that he only had 60 there. He thought he had 180.
70.
Some raw emotion going on in this match.
140. 80. $40.
Once again, Burnett struggling with the consistency of his scoring.
41.
A trait he had in Group A.
$100.
Burnett leads himself on 161. Hine
68.
in dart one need to find a couple of chills, but not like that. And so the Prince of Wales looking for a 2-0 lead. Isn't going to be taken now, but what's going to happen
53.
In terms of the setup play. He leaves himself 108 to get the breaker throw and to open up a 2-0 lead in this game.
105. Richard Carr 108.
So 108 for Burnett. He's persevering. Looking to find a way towards double 14. And so Hine here, 97
56.
to
Square 97.
this game up at 1-1.
57. Richard Carr 52.
So this for 2-0 and the break. Double top for Richie Burnett. Now looking at double 10.
No score.
But he is slid it low into the double 15. Much to his gestation.
Yeah, offered Hine another opportunity here
He's
for
on the
tops, and
second
he
leg,
doesn't
Steve
need a
Hine.
second asking of that.
Third leg, Richie to through first. Game
Has
on.
a look at Richie and shakes his head, but I don't think Richie really acknowledged that Steve had done that. Super recovery from Burnett.
134. $100. $100. $81. $59. $95. $100. $85. Richard Carr 108.
108, he went treble 20 last time round. He's gone that way again. 16 for double 16 then for Burnett.
76. Steve Carr 140.
140 for Hine.
60. Richard Carr 32.
So Burnett looking at double 16. Double 8. Shovels across.
24.
But cannot
Steve
fire
Carr,
home.
80.
And so Steve Hine is back for 80.
Game shot on the third leg, Steve Hine.
He's robbed another one and he's turned around and had a look at Richie. Richie's not having
Fourth
any
leg,
of
Steve
it.
to through
He's
first.
just shaking his head in the corner. He's got tense, nervous
Game on.
headache. He's saying to himself, why do I do this all the time?
140.
Hine, who started the game really slowly, has basically been allowed back into it
60.
by Burnett.
$81. $100. $95.
Well, the Muffin Man
60.
is beginning to hit his straps here. Burnett
135.
Finds himself in huge trouble.
180
for Burnett may just arrest the tide. Hine, double 16.
34. Richie Carr, 101.
So 101 for Burnett for 2-2. Treble 15 or treble 19? Treble 15 is his usual play because of his penchant for double 18.
Steve Carr, 16.
So 2 8s for Hine for 3-1. 2 4s
12.
inside.
Can you believe it? It looks like Burnett is going to rob one of these two back. And we're going to be sat at 2-2. What on earth is going on here?
I don't know, Scotty Mitchell. You asked me. That's just the other way around, isn't it? Usually that's saying.
No score. Steve Carr, 4.
Shut your eyes, Steve. Lob it.
No score.
No,
Richie
it
Carr,
didn't go in that
36.
way either.
So Burnett, 3 more at double 18. He's 1 from 10 on the doubles in this game. In fact, both players have missed 9 at the outer ring.
Richie Burnett.
But Burnett isn't going to miss a 10th. We're back level at 2-2.
Fifth leg, Richie to throw first. Game on.
We've had more hand waving and apologising here than we have had darts in a double.
And there's been a lot of darts at a double.
180. $26.
I actually knew that was going to be 26 before it even got to the board. He called it so quickly.
40.
I don't think the dart was fully in.
$40. $85. $180.
Well, Hine with his first 180 of the game. Burnett looking to turn this game
83.
on its head. 56
56.
for a 3-2 lead. Double top. Now double 10.
Getting shown the fifth leg, Richie Burnett.
And now it's 3-2 to Richie Burnett. Dean Hine had those opportunities, didn't he, to open up a 3-1 lead. Mr. Plefford darts at a double. Couldn't find that, and Richie Burnett
66.
ever since has been able to pick the pieces up.
Well, to be honest, Steve was picking the pieces up off of Richie, and now it's turned tail, and Richie is picking the pieces up from Steve.
140. $180.
Steve Hine 180 saying, well, that is what I can do, and why haven't I been showing it?
$55. $100.
Well, decent 6 darts leads in first 2 a finish to take us all the way to a last leg decider for the 3rd time in 4 matches. Still 6 more games to go after this.
97. Steve Carr, 155.
155. is not on the cards this time.
97.
He's going to come back and is going to come back for a look at the 58.
87. Steve Car 58.
Oh, Mr. Level it up then.
Getting shown the 6 leg
No
Steve
problem
Hine.
this time round, and he's now thinking, if I'd have done that last leg, that would have been for the win, and we'd all
7th
been
final leg,
done.
Richie to throw first. Game on.
Well, Richie Burnett lost his opening game 4-3. He's been taken to the wire once again.
81. $50. $40.
I'll tell you what, that was very close to full-on collision with the referee, Paul Hinks, there.
125.
Who goes in to inspect the previous score, Steve Hine. There he is in all of his resplendent glory.
$140. $58.
All of a sudden, Steve Hine is the more animated player on the stage, and you seldom say that when Richie Burnett is the opponent.
Yeah, it takes some doing, doesn't it?
100.
He's caused himself a hamstring injury.
He went for the knee there, didn't he? He went for the knee.
95. Richie
That was
McCall,
rugby. That'd be deemed as a
140.
high tackle. But nonetheless, Burnett has 6 on this 140 for the match. May only need the 3 of them. May only need the 3 of them. Does only need the 3 of them. Richie Burnett conjures up a big finish to finish off what at times was a traditional contest against Steve Hine. Finishing off with a corker, and it's sealed with a kiss. These two are 2 good mates, 2 good pals, but it's Burnett with the bragging rights. Brownley and Gillet is up next. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison.
And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Whitlock! Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. So before the break, Richie Burnett got the better of Steve Hine by 4 legs to 3. Game number 5 of the evening is a meeting between Mike Gillet and Ryan Brownley, the two players that we gave the big build-up to this evening. And I just wonder whether that has fired up the other players in the practice room. But both of these players have won their opening games. Ryan Brownley got the better of Steve Hine 4-2. Mike Gillet beat Mason Whitlock 4-3. The winner will move on to 4 points in the group and will be top of the table at the halfway point of the night.
Game on. $97. $97. $100. $100. $121.
Well, Brownley off to a better start, but Gillet with that 140. First to a finish in this opening leg against Fro.
83. Mike Ricard 164.
So 164. And the break of Fro is not on offer now. So Brownley looking at a ton.
$124. Brand new car 100. $80. Microcar 40.
A little frustration with the last dart there from Brownley.
Game shot on the first leg, Mike Gillet. Second leg, Mike to through first. Game on.
14 darter from Gillet there to win the opening leg.
100. $100. 99. $81. $81. $84. $70. $134. Microcar 151.
Gillet 151. Not to be on this occasion. So Brownley here looking at 102 to
83.
level this game back up at one apiece. Get it on 68 if it doesn't go. It's not going to, and so Mike is back.
50.
Looking at 68
Microcar 68.
Double his lead in this match to 2-0.
$48. Brand car 52.
Brownley's been tidying these up all week in Group A. These little shots.
Getting shown the second
Just
leg,
like that.
Brownley.
So once again, Brownley has found himself
Third leg round to through
one leg
first.
behind. He won his earlier match against Steve Hine 4-2. Just over mid-80s with the average. He's up just shy of 90 at the minute. And Mike Gillet is up over 92.
46. $42.
Brownley chasing round the board for a treble and is unsuccessful on this occasion. You know what happens to you when you don't hit a treble?
123.
Your opponent sees it as open season and starts whacking them himself.
Well, Brownley certainly getting a taste for the treble 20 there, the 180, the first of the match. They're both getting a taste of the treble 20. Could be back to back. It is back to back. And Brownley is firing the heavy artillery now.
$95. Brand new car 42.
That last 180 was his 24th of the week for young Ryan Brownley. I don't think he was going for the 6. I think he was going 10 for 32.
24. Michael Kahn 97.
Just a little shake of the head when he hit the 6. I think was enough to put him off of hitting the 36.
Getting shown the third leg, Mike Gillet.
Mike Gillet tidies up. Nice 97.
Fourth leg, Mike to through first.
Finish. Those are the ones that win your tournaments. When you can make them look as easy as that, why would you miss them?
Both the legs he won in this game, or he has won in this game, Mike Gillet, he's won in 14 darts. It's actually been a good game, this. 93 and 91, the averages respectively.
58. $134.
Yeah, good response there from Brownley.
96. $57. $140. $46. Mike, your car, 161.
So 161, 6 starts from here. Mike Gillet for a 3-1 advantage in this game.
53. $180.
Maxi for Brownley to leave himself a double 12.
$52.
So this
Run your
for
car,
a level
24.
match. Brownley looking at double 12.
Game
In it
show the
goes,
fourth leg
and we
round,
are
Brownley.
back on terms at 2 apiece.
Fifth leg round to through
Like I say,
first. Game on.
Nice little tussle, this one. Now in a best of 3 shootout.
$81.
Winner of this game moves on to 4 points in the group, holds the early aces in this Group B.
30. $60. $140. $59. $140.
So back-to-back 140 visits from Mike Gillet as put some pressure on
60.
the Brownley flow here.
$85. $44. Mike the car, 106. $58. $100.
Gillet leaves himself in 68 to re-establish the lead in this game to 3-2 to get the break and to give himself the darts in the next to get the game wrapped up. Double 7 leaves double 9.
$39. Run your car, 97.
$97 for Brownley. May contemplate the double-double here. Don't contemplate the double-double.
45.
Unable to get it. Diverts
Mike
wide
Yokan,
with the last
9.
dart. And so Gillet will return for 9 to open up a 3-2 lead. Double 4.
One.
Oof, grazes the
Round your
wire.
car 52.
Yeah, not to be. Offering Brownley a chance to hold throw. And we said about this in leg 1. He's been good at doing this.
Game
And
shown
once again, he's good at doing it. He composes himself very well for such a young lad, and
through first. Game on.
focuses, takes the job in hand, and he's finding it hard work. You can see even the young at this time of night get a little tired.
66.
Yeah, approaching midnight in the United Kingdom, about 1 o'clock in Europe. And we're going to be with you until, I reckon, about 1:45 tonight, bringing you all the darts from the Super Series.
100.
Going to be a late night, so do strap yourselves in, get your cup of Horlicks at the ready.
$38. One of them, 40.
Well, that visit makes it look like we could be going all the way here in this one. Although Brownley's coming back. He's coming back all right.
125.
Massive gap on the left-hand side of the treble 20 and went for it, but it hit the 5.
84. $60. Microcar 111.
111 for Gillet to take us to yet another last leg decide. He's missed the big number.
71.
Of the 4 games that we've seen tonight, 3 of them have gone to a last leg decider. This will make it 4. In fact, if this goes all the way, we would have played all but 1 leg from the opening 5 matches that we could have possibly have played. 34 out of 35 legs.
We're
going all the way again. Whitlock 4, Burnett 3. Gillet 4, Whitlock 3. Burnett 4, Hine 3. But who's going to win this game by a 4-3 scoreline? And the good news is, the drama of tonight, we're only at the halfway point of it.
59. One of them, 40. $58. $99.
Well, that is a 4th 180 of the game for Ryan Brownley. In matter of fact, it's the 2nd time that Mike Gillet has been hit by a player who's hit 4 180s against him.
$92.
Well, at one point in this leg, Mike Gillet was acres in front, but Ryan Brownley
96. Ran your car
hoping
112.
Hand himself an opportunity to move on to 4 points to the halfway stage of the night. 112 is still on offer. Double 14 is what he wants. Be some way to round it off.
Game shown in
And what a
frame,
recovery
Brownley.
that is, following the little slip into the double 12. And what a beautiful embrace between the pair there. Mike Gillet won his first game 4-3, but he goes down to that scoreline in game 2. Ryan Brownley 2-2, the top player in the group. We are off for some commercial messages now. And after the messages from your local provider, wherever you are in the world, we are going to bring you Mason Whitlock up against Stephen Hine.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
required
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
required
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Got
Couldn't
it,
get the
gets
job
it.
done.
Got it, the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Please welcome the interceptor, Jensen Walker!
Jason Walker.
Not for the first time. Keeps hitting doubles like that, he'll get nothing but applause.
And Jensen Walker has
Jensen
raced
Walker.
into the semi-final.
How does he hit that? That's how he hits it! And Jensen Walker is a Super Series success story!
And that's the whole reason you play darts, is because you want the challenge.
Yes, double 14 to win it in style.
And he is.
Oh, double 5. Oh, yeah!
Game, shots, and the match, McEwen!
Well, this is what we've got to look forward to next week, Mr. Mitchell. The defending champion Jensen Walker is back to defend his title, and he has got a very tough Group A. Steve Beaton, the bronze Adonis. Lee Evans back for the first time since a Champions Week. Jurjen van der Velde, the World Youth finalist from last year. Jim McEwen, Chris Quantock and Jamie Atkins in Group B. Adam Smith, Neil, David Pallett and Richie Edwards in Group C. Good to see the champ back, Scott.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you've had a good week here, you can't wait to get back here. I've got to be honest with you. And it'll be good to see if he can repeat his feat.
We'll see him in action on Monday. This is what we've seen so far this evening. A lot of games going the way. In fact, out of a possible 35 legs, we've played 34 of them so far. Mason Whitlock 4, Richie Burnett 3, Ryan Brownley 4, Steve Hine 2, Mike Gillet 4, Mason Whitlock 3, Richie Burnett 4, Steve Hine 3, and Ryan Brownley 4, Mike Gillet 3. I sound like that guy off of the final score results service. Well, this is how the table looks. Ryan Brownley, the only player to have won both of his matches this evening. He's on 4 points. Whitlock, Gillet, Burnett on 2. And Steve Hine, who somebody said was fancied value to win the group, is sat without a point to his name. This is why I should not make predictions. But Steve Hine has got 2 games to put it right tonight as he takes on Mason Whitlock, game number 6 of the evening session.
First leg Mason to throw first. Game on.
Mason involved in 2 4-3s. 1-1, lost 1. What do we think's going to happen in this one, Scotty?
120.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think one dart will fall out in that first throw. I predicted correct.
140.
Again, I think Steve's been a little bit unlucky. I think opportunities
58.
came his way in his last match against Richie Burnett to put a win on the board.
41.
Able to close it out.
$180. 45. Mason Car 143.
So Whitlock here looking at 143 to win the opening legs. Got 6 darts from here to do exactly that.
43.
That was Mason's 5th 180 of the evening. Quietly going about his business, isn't he?
95. Mason
That's
Car
kind of what he
100.
said he wanted to do before dart was thrown this evening. He wants to go under the radar a little bit more. Well, he was better off having a bounce out there.
40. 100. Mason Car 60.
So 60 for Whitlock to take this opening leg. Double top it is. Now this will be tricky because the
Getting
flight's
shown the
in the
first leg,
way,
Mason
but it
Whitlock.
turned out to be no problem whatsoever for Mason Whitlock.
Second leg Steve to throw first. Game on. $85.
What's been your assessment of the evening's action so far?
Well, like you say, we've
85.
had plenty of action. Only 1 leg short of the maximum legs, but nobody's really
41.
breaking away at the minute. I know we're only a couple of games in for most, but it's still all very even, Stephen, in the averages, I should imagine. And
60.
but we thought this would be a group that everybody would beat everybody and could be tight come the end when we were discussing it earlier. So
80.
it's kind of looking towards that, and until somebody can start reeling a few legs
99.
off back to back. I won't be convinced otherwise.
81.
Well, Whitlock will be smelling an opportunity of a breaker throw here.
$35. $30.
Well, Whitlock
180.
piling in a 180, and now the breaker throw opportunity is very much on the cards.
80. Measure the car 42.
For 2-0 and to condemn Steve Hine potentially to a third consecutive defeat at the beginning of the evening. Double 16 is found. Whitlock 2-0 up.
Third leg Mason to through first. Game on. $47. $45. $100. $60. $60. $36.
Well, happy Friday,
96.
everybody. We've passed the midnight tower. We are into the 5th day of the week.
43.
The first of 2 double session days. So once we're done, fear not, we're going to do it all again tomorrow. 25 more matches from Group C and B.
58.
And it'll all kick off from 1 o'clock here on Pluto TV.
121. Measure car 140.
Double treble visit from Hine, but is it too late?
100.
It's looking very much like it. With Whitlock now sat on 40.
41. Measure car 40.
So Whitlock looking at double top to move 3-0 to the good in this game.
Getting shot on the third leg,
carries off the
Mason
barrel
Whitlock.
of dart 2. Whitlock 3-0 up.
Fourth leg Steve to through first. Game on. $55. $45. $81.
Well, the 180 hitting is not an issue for Mason. That's now 7 in his last 2 games.
60.
Just beginning to find something a little bit more here. It's improving.
58.
And at the moment, it's all too much for Steve Hine, who could well be slipping to a third defeat from 3.
140. $58. 55. Measure car 160.
Well, Hine's still in with an outside chance, depending on what happens here. 80 in the board. A nice, neat 100.
100, thank you. Steve car 110.
For Whitlock.
44. Measure car 60.
So this to put the cap on a 4-0 victory.
Getting
Double
shown the
top
match, Mason Whitlock.
for Mason Whitlock. And that is a second win of the night for the apprentice. He gets the better of Steve Hine by 4-0, and he's got a bit of a spring in his step. Coming up next, Richie Burnett up against Ryan Brownley. It's the Modus Super Series on this Friday morning now. Before the break, we saw Mason Whitlock get the better of Steve Hine by 4-0. Game number 7 is a meeting between Ryan Brownley and Richie Burnett. This game number 4 of the week for the pair. These two coming out of Group A. Brownley in second position. Richie Burnett coming through in third place in the
first leg, Richie to through
Group A
first.
standings.
Game on.
And it is Burnett to get us underway. Having won one of his 2 matches so far. One of his games going to 4-3 scorelines. Lost to Mason Whitlock 4-3 and beating Steve Hine in 7. Wise Ryan Brownley, the only player in this group protecting an unbeaten record up to press, beating Steve by 4 legs to 2 in the opener, and then getting the better of Mike Gillet by 4 legs to 3 in game number 2, and 4 180s in the process. 4th and 7 on the doubles, 112 checkout to finish that particular game off. Best performance we've seen tonight.
81.
These two have met 3 times already this week.
125.
Three, 4, 2, 4, 4, 3.
85.
2-1 in the favour of
115.
Ryan Brownley.
Double top for the 115. Double top for the 115. And actually, the last 2 legs Ryan Brownley has won have been with ton plus checkers, because he won his game against Mike Gillet with a 112, and he kicks off this game against Burnett with a 115 checkout. And crucially, that's a break of throw. That was a 12 darter to get this game started. And maybe, just maybe, Ryan Brownley is just beginning to find his better darts as the night begins to draw on, where perhaps you expect some of the more experienced campaigners in this group perhaps just to residually slide towards the end of the night.
I have a feeling young Mr. Brownley doesn't worry about names. I think he concentrates on his own thing and trying to get him to play the best games that he can play, and hoping that that's enough against these
135
stars of today and yesteryear, I think.
Well, this is where the Super Series can find different clients, because this is a player that's eligible for the World Youth Championship up against somebody who's playing at next year's World Seniors Championship. But meeting as equilibriums in this particular contest.
$41. Round your car, 145.
Is this another one? Another one? Tops goes high. And he has got form for big back-to-back checkouts as Brownley.
$26. Round your car, 40.
Well, Burnett with the single 18 has left himself a 159, so Brownley's got all the time in the world. Well, this is a bit of a world D of a performance, because the 12 darter backed up by the 13 darter.
Game on.
25 darts to put him into a 2-0 lead. The yearly average is exactly the number he's on now, 120.24.
123.
Posted, carded by David Evans. In a game against Mervyn King at the beginning of the series. He is hitting and finding different stratospheric heights.
131.
This precocious young talent from Blythe in Northumberland. Tipped to be one of the big stars of the future. And he is showing more than just a glimpse or two
81.
right now as to his talent and abilities against a former world champion of the 1990s who is beginning to become rather enraged with oneself.
140.
Let's not forget on Tuesday, young Brownley here had 160s taken out on him back-to-back from Boris Kirchmeier, which is
100.
Probably the reason he didn't win Group A off the back of that game alone.
Well, 123.19 is the average. So whilst I got the opportunity, the highest ever average is 122.69. But I've just done the proverbial commentator's curse and absolutely ruined it for Brownley.
Yes, you did.
Richie Burnett is in
55.
the type of mood that he'd want to punch a lava lamp right now. He is brimming up to the boil.
57. Richie Carr, 142.
He can contort his face into places that no other man can get.
Now, if Ryan Brownley stat padding his averages, he want Richie Burnett to take out this 142. And Burnett's going to take out the 142. It's the third checkout in excess of 140 that Richie Burnett has found this evening. And we've been waiting all night long for the spark to be lit in this evening session. And all of a sudden, we've got one game which has just seen everything loitered and littered into one.
Yeah, and the ironic thing, Richie Burnett never hit a ton-plus shot out in the entire duration of Group A.
85.
And now here he is, evening one of Group B, and he's doing that 141s for fun.
$32. $100. $59.
Well, Ryan Brownley is now playing rubbish. Only 104.48.
$43.
First dart, perfect. Second dart, perfect. Third dart, perfect. First max of the match.
Yeah, nice bit of appreciation from Burnett there. Saying, nice, mate. Good darts.
$100. Ranyukan, 90.
Well, doesn't have to chase the ball because Burnett's all the way back on 173. So instead, elects to start on that particular target. Was looking to find a second 25 to even sell
49.
tops. We'll come back for 41 to move 3-1 up, averaging 105.63.
123. Ranyukan, 41.
Burnett not a million miles away on 50, waiting to pounce. Brownley just has a little look at the scoreboard, whether he's looking at Burnett's numbers or his own.
Getting shown the fourth leg.
Doesn't matter. There's no numbers left on the scoreboard anymore, and a nod of approval from
fifth leg.
Richie Burnett.
First. Game on.
Well, we are really seeing here, Scott, a glimpse of a precocious young talent, a talent we could see for many a year to come. Really showed true signs of his 41. Innate ability. $104 on the dot is his average right now, as Richie Burnett was looking to quite literally throw his darts away. Do you remember all those years ago when Gary Anderson tossed his tungsten into the lake?
I think he's got a few sets in there, to be honest. There's a few out of tradition.
180.
There was a few out of tradition of walking straight out the back door when they lost and lobbing the tungsten in the lake.
$100.
I don't know whether you saw that, Scott, but Richie Burnett has just has just kissed the Bluetooth speaker.
Told you yesterday
100.
we should electrify that thing.
$56. $100. $83. Richie
So
80.
Burnett to reduce the deficit back down to 3-2. I mean, for all that we're heaping the praise of Ryan Brownley, Burnett himself is averaging just a shade under 96.
No, he's thrown some lovely darts.
Game show on the 5th leg, Richie Burnett.
And he's hanging in there. That's the point. He's hanging in there.
6th leg grinder
Ryan
through
Brownley
first.
has
Game
thrown
on.
an awful lot at Richie Burnett in this one. And Burnett is still there.
$59.
I think we should give Richie and that speaker a bit of space, a bit of privacy.
$135.
But is he going to be the man speaking to us on Saturday night as the victor of the week?
$74. $43.
Answers on a postcard.
$85.
I could tell you out a picture. Richie Burnett tried to headbutt that speaker. Turns out that their relationship has turned very sour very quickly.
$55.
I have to say, throughout it all, young Ryan Brownley is absolutely taken no notice of what is going on.
43.
He has remained focused on the job.
$45.
But as you say, Ryan Brownley's doing well to keep it all
60.
together, where a lot of players more experienced than him may have just fallen apart. Got embroiled into Burnett's trap.
On his way in this evening, I said, "You are very difficult to play, Richie." He said,
60.
"I don't know. I don't play me." And he doesn't, I suppose. He said, "I just play. I've never played anybody like me before." I don't know, I suppose he has.
He's an absolute
83.
one-off, which is why we absolutely love him.
$41. Ranu Khan 97.
But this to round it off for Ryan Brownley as Richie Burnett heads over to the other side of the stage. But he could be exiting stage left here. Because Ryan Brownley's looking at tops. Richie Burnett's beginning the post-mortem.
Game shot on the match.
And it is Ryan Brownley who's 3 for 3. He says one more to complete the card. He beats Richie Burnett by 4 legs to 2 in a highly entertaining game. And now Richie having a throw to see whether he is able to find any more accuracy there. Coming up after the break, Mike Gillet against Steve Hine. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Whitlock! Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Ryan Brownley got the better of Richie Burnett by 4 legs to 2. Match number 8 is a meeting between Steve Hine and Mike Gillet. For Steve, his night will come to an end here, looking to get his first win of the evening's play. Up against him, Mike Gillet, who's looking to move on to 4 points with one more game to go against Richie Burnett at the end of the programme of matches to come. Ryan Brownley against Mason Whitlock now. A tantalising game in match number 9. If Ryan
First
wins it,
Steve to throw first.
he would have completed the card.
Game on.
For night 1 in Group B. If Mason Whitlock wins that game, then they'd both be tied on 6 points at the top of the table. But
41.
Our focus and our centre attention here is on the meeting of the Muffin Man and the Teacher.
99. 100. $46. 43. 140. 55. 41.
180 for Steve Hine. Leads himself on a 2-darter. And that may have just changed the stem of the tide of this opening leg. Gillet needing to find another one, you just sense.
137.
Find another one he does.
82.
Leads himself on a double. Even if said double is double 19, you may not even get a look
72.
at it. Behind unable to find
38.
tops or tens. Get it for the break. He will commit to any double, will Gillet, and he will find it with dart 2, breaker throw, 1-0
Second leg, Mike,
to somebody
first.
that people
Game
call
on.
the nicest man in darts.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. He is one of the good guys. Like you say, that flight system set up, his dart flies
80.
through the air like a rocket. There is no drag, so all the doubles feel the same to him.
30. 93.
Brother-in-law of our very own Laura Turner, don't you know?
Indeed.
140.
Yeah, she's enjoying Blackpool Pier
100.
right now.
$83. 24. 100. 61.
Quite a nice pace of the game for both here, both enjoying it.
$90. Mike Ricard, 143.
So 143 for Gillet for 2-0 lead. It's double 16.
111.
It's not quite
Steve
there.
Ricard, 58.
And so Hine for level match looks at double top. And now double 10.
38. Mike Ricard, 32.
So as a consequence of that miss, Gillet returns for 32. Double 8.
24.
Does not
Steve
go.
Ricard, 20. No score.
Once again, Hine can't believe it. More double trouble for him.
Getting shown the second leg, Mike Gillet.
Gillet gets the double 4 and gets himself a 2-0 lead. He broke in the first, backs it up
Third
in
leg
the
seems to
second.
through first.
And
Game
for
on.
Steve Hine, well, this is turning into the worst possible nightmare.
100.
You could say that Muffin's going for him.
95. 121.
Getting eaten up in this Group B is the Muffin Man. And you never know,
100.
Gillet carries on like this, it could be bageled in this final match.
180.
Part of the Warwickshire County team that won the A section of the top division this year.
139. Steve Car 100. $52. Mike Ricard 167.
Could he? No. As Hine back for 48 to get a leg back on the board. 8 leaves tops. Tops is found. It's a 14 darter, and Steve Hine is back in this contest.
Fourth leg Mike to through first. Game on.
Gillet won't be too bothered at this point. He's on throw now to maybe hold and go 3-1. But that's a poor start. And Hine will be able to turn the darts round here immediately if he can get a couple of trebles in this
55.
visit. He knew that. Sees us slightly over trying in that one on that visit.
$60. $85. $85. $111. $99. $68. $98. $95. Mike the car 116.
Treble 19 then, not to beat.
86. Steve the car 87. Getting shown the fourth leg, Steve Hine.
Nice little bullseye finish there.
Fifth leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
Hine levels it up. Mike had a slight
100.
miscount. I think he thought he had 88 left. But he in fact has 78 left. So when he hit the treble 16, that left him 30.
100.
He didn't get back anyway because
75.
Hine took the bullseye out, so no issues.
$51. $100. $96.
So Hine, 6 darts and 226.
$59.
Going to find a power treble. So the finish being as high as 167. Can Gillet fill it?
140.
Finds a couple of trebles, but Hine look at a 167.
59. Mike Ricard 114.
This is a game changer. Double top.
94. Sivacar 108.
So Gillet unable to find the 114. What can Hine make of the 108? What can he make of tops?
88. Mike Ricard
Drops
20.
it low.
Nice last start and the fist pump. Tells you all you needed to know.
6-leg Mike to through first. Game on.
He's a cold reactor, is Mike Gillet.
$100.
And he is one of those players that will pretty much give everything to the cause, really, Mike Gillet.
125. $55. $100.
Defeat here for Steve Hine, and my prediction of him winning the group will certainly be put into the distant past.
41.
Yeah, I did say that you said it, so nobody would sort of look at me for the quote. It was you.
135.
He's a good friend, Steve, so I wouldn't have predicted that.
22.
Well, Steve Hine is
77.
suffering to Gillet. The best a man can get. And he's looking to shave off another opponent. That does not make any sense. Tops for the win.
Shown the match,
Tops for the win for Mike Gillet. A 4-2 win against Steve Hine. Well, Gillet is beginning to make a move. He's got one more game to go and he has 4 points to his name. These are the stats from that match. Brownley and Whitlock. Ryan Brown looking to complete the card. He can do so against the apprentice after the break.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
jockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's
required
gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires 79.
This is it. It's got to be 19s. Got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
requires
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
in the match, and the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break we saw Mike Gillet get the better of Steve Hine by 4 legs to 2. Game number 8 is a meeting between Mason Whitlock and Ryan Brownley. A meeting of 2 Dev Tour players. Ryan, age 17, Mason at the age of 22, plying their trade here on the fabled, famous live lounge stage. Now, Ryan, last time out, put in a superb performance. Average of 94.38, 4 from 6 on his doubles, including a 115 checkout and a 4-2 win over Richie Burnett. Taking on Mason, who, if he can win this and be on to 6 points, Ryan Brownley can complete the card with a win in this particular matchup.
58.
And I have to say, Ryan put in the best performance of anybody
44.
this evening in that game. Last time out against Richie Burnett.
Yeah, very impressive, and third time he's beaten Burnett this week as well.
One of them, 40. $49.
So Brownley off to the quickest start of the 2 in this opening leg. Finds a couple of trebles, picks them off to leave himself on 102 after 9.
77. Ran your car 102.
And he's got plenty of time to open up a 1-leg lead here. Is this going to be Tub Plus checkout number 3?
86.
Just on the inside, has got time.
$47. Ran your car 16.
Double 8.
Each on the first leg, Ryan Brownley.
That is 1-0 to Ryan Brownley.
Second leg, Mason to through first. Game on. $100.
Brownley 1 up in this particular contest. Now, Ryan Brownley was born on May the 5th, 2008.
60.
Now, I've done some scouring in the advertisement break that we had, and I love working out, you know, things of a certain time and a certain place. This was the UK singles chart on the day that Ryan Brownley was born. Number 1 was 4 Minutes by Madonna featuring
100.
Justin Timberlake. Number 2. Now, this is such a naughty song. Black and Gold by Sam Sparrow. Other songs in the top
100.
10 of the charts. Love in This Club by Usher. American Boy by Estelle. Low by Flo Rida.
60.
Heartbeat,
Mexico,
Scouting for
61.
Girls. Duffy by Mercy by Duffy. Rockstar by Nickelback.
27.
Now that is a song. That used to be the theme tune. That used to be the ringtone on my dad's phone growing up.
180. Mexico, 134.
I've got a feeling that's the time. I think that's about the year I went to see Bon Jovi at St Mary's as well.
Oh.
94. Round your car, 101.
101 on the card. Now, the flight to Dart 1 is going to be a little bit awkward here for Ryan.
61.
And he
Mexico,
gave that a good
40.
go when you consider that that see-through flight was ironically in the way.
Getting shown the
Whitlock
second
makes no
leg,
mistake
Mason
on the
Whitlock.
top sea levels up at 1 apiece.
Third leg round through first. Game on. $58.
So, the year 2008, the year Ryan was born, some intriguing things happened that year. Terminal 5 opened at London Heathrow Airport.
96.
Boris Johnson was elected Mayor of London. Manchester United won the Premier League. Portsmouth won the FA Cup.
21.
Beating Cardiff by goals at Wembley. Carnu scoring that goal. And of course, Manchester United win the first All English European Cup final up to penalty shootout against Chelsea in Moscow. And of course, 2008 was the year that John Part would be world champion. John Part beating
56.
Kirk Shepherd in the final of the first World Championship at the Alexandra Palace. Mark Webster.
$59. $40.
Mark Webster won the BDO World Championship, and Trina Gulliver would be Women's World Champ.
Around that time, when wasn't she?
In fact, no, sorry, might tell a lie. Anastasia Bomislova won it that
60.
year, didn't she?
I remember in 2008, I went to my first Swiss Open and I lost in the first
44.
round.
Round your car, 170.
And then I went back in 2009 and won it, and back in 2010 and won it.
How things can change.
96. $93. Round your car, 74.
2008, I lost in the final of the Swedish Open, I think. Scott Waits was ribbing me that his trophy was bigger than mine, and then he dropped it, and it smashed into little pieces, and it wasn't bigger than mine anymore when we came off stage.
54.
Some of the lovely tales and things you remember.
From the yesteryear.
$59. Round your car, 20.
So 2 10s for a 2-1 lead.
Getting shown the third leg, Ryan Brownley. Fourth leg, Mason to through first. Game on.
Mason was born in 2003. Which saw some intriguing #1 hits, actually, that year. The biggest song of the year was actually Where Is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas. Spent 6 weeks at the top of the charts in September and October.
I think that every time I come into the commentary box with you.
Dido with Life for Rent was the best-selling album of the year.
One of them,
Real Young, winner of Pop Idol, topped the charts with Light My Fire.
I think you better leave right now.
43.
What a song that is. Bring Me to Life by Eversense was top of the charts.
81.
Yeah, Evanescence. Yeah, nicely. Then there. Well done, you.
42.
And do you know the first song that was top of the charts in 2003? Sound of the Underground by the Girls Aloud.
50.
Or should I say Girls Aloud?
100.
Brownley looking at 170 to get the break and open up a 3-1 lead. The Big Fish is on offer. The Big Fish is not netted.
Mexico 118.
Great attempt. Great attempt from Brownley.
42. Run your car 25.
So 25. 88. For 3-1 lead. Mason expects this
17.
to go. It doesn't.
Mexico 76.
So opportunity here for Whitlock to level up. Nice first start. 88. Staring it out. And he hits it as well. Takes the opportunity. 2-2.
Fifth leg rounded through first. Game on. $60.
Well, Mason.
180.
With a 180 there. And we know he's got a history of 9 darters here in this building. And he was kind of having a little conversation with me early on this evening.
140.
And the conversation RE9 darter always comes into play. Because he's always likely to do something. But not
100.
in this leg.
$96.
You do jinx those 9 dart attempts, don't you?
No, I'm just preempting it.
44. $165.
Lovely setup from Brownley.
30. Run your car 40.
So double top for Ryan Brownley to lead 3-2.
Getting shot on the fifth leg, Ryan
3-2
Brownley.
it is. 14 darter for Ryan Brownley.
Yeah, nice setup, rewarded there.
Six leg Mason to throw first. Game on.
Really did throw the kitchen sink at it.
Would you like a fun fact, Scott?
I'd love one.
43.
Absolutely love one.
My fun fact of the night is both Ryan Brownley and Mason Whitlock were born in years that John Part won the World Championship title.
140.
Well, that is a little bit do-do-do-do, isn't it?
Don't know what you want to do with that bit of information, but it's there if you
45.
want it.
$57. $100. $100. $58.
Now, this game's just hit the skids, hasn't it? Well, sort of
64.
start of this leg.
$45. Round your car, 140. $100.
Brownley leads tops to complete a 4-2 victory. This for 4
95.
wins
Round your
out
car,
of 4
40.
for the night for this precocious young talent from Blythe in Northumberland. For 4 wins out of 4.
Getting shown the match.
It's
Ryan
been
Brownley.
some night for Ryan Brownley. It's been the perfect night for Ryan Brownley. 4 wins out of 4. And he is so close. He can almost touch Saturday night already. He beats Mason Whitlock 4-2 to make it 8 points out of a possible 8. Our final game of the night is a meeting between Mike Gillet and Richie Burnett. Final match of the night here at the Modus Super Series is a meeting between Mike Gillet and Richie Burnett. We began around about 12 hours ago when Richard McKee beat Niels Hine by 4-0. And we finish off with a meeting between Richie Burnett and Mike Gillet, two Welsh players going head-to-head. The Prince of Wales against a man who has represented Wales before in his career. It's Gillet.
Game on.
With the darts on 4 points following his first two games. A win of any description would see him on 6, and it would mean that we'd have the table of uniformity, because you'd have Brownley on 8, Gillet on 6,
85.
Whitlock on 4, Burnett on 2, and Hine pointless.
$42. $99.
Now the word
100.
of the day in the dictionary is
26.
Jubilate, which means to show or feel great joy, but I'm not sure Richie Burnett has been doing too much jubilation over the course of the day.
60.
Isn't that word in the Cliff Richards song?
60.
Congratulations.
Congratulations and jubilations for everything. Oh, I can't remember.
Leave it. You've ruined it.
I just remember.
No, leave it.
When I was at primary, you just unlocked a core memory of my childhood here. I remember at primary school, like when you used to have like the assemblies where you'd like get all the certificates.
Yeah.
All the children that got the certificates had to walk around the school hall whilst that song was played. To be honest, it was probably better if you never got a certificate at my primary school.
Oh.
97.
They used to play the song at the end of Speedway meetings when the Speedway team had won back in the 70s when I was a kid.
95. Richard Carwood and 42.
Nowadays, usually just sings when there's a rain delay at Wimbledon.
Yeah, fair play. They wheel him on out, don't they?
$77. Minor car 78.
Get it 78 for the opening leg, double 12.
54. Richard car 65. Getting shown the first leg, Richie Burnett.
Yeah, nice shot from Richie.
Second leg, Richie to through first. Game on. $140. 22. $100. $57.
I suppose you could say Richie really needs to win this to try and stay in the hunt for a spot in the Saturday night finals.
Well, the thing is, if
100.
Richie wins this game, then everything's open for interpretation. Brownley would be 4 clear, need 1 win tomorrow. He'd be pretty much there, home and hosed.
95.
Whitlock,
Richie
Gillet
Carlton,
and Burnett would all be
61.
on 4, and they'd all be very closely packed together. And then Steve Hine would have to have a big night to get himself in the conversation, in the equation. Well, at the moment, Mike
121.
Gillet is in a different postcode. And actually, I found out something earlier on. We got 2 players from Norwich, didn't we, in the afternoon session?
60.
Norwich
Richie Carl, 40.
was the first city in England to have a postcode. Double top for Burnett.
No score.
So if they're first city to have a postcode, does that mean it starts with A then?
I don't know, but I got told this bit of information earlier.
140. Richie Carl, 40. Getting on the second leg, Richie Burnett.
So 2-0 Richie Burnett. Got the break in the first.
Settling back to
Backs
third
it up
first.
with a hold
Game
in the
on.
second. Yeah, it was. Norwich was the first place in the UK to get a postcode with a trial introduction of the 6-digit postcode system in 1959. What amazes me is there wasn't postcodes until
99.
1959. For some reason, I honestly thought that postcodes were a thing since like the Victorian times, but apparently it turns out that
45.
it was only 1974 that the entirety of the UK had a postcode.
85.
In fact, I'd say a lie. Not just the first place in the UK to have a postcode, the first place in the world to have a postcode.
84.
Did you know we used to have a telephone book as well with every person's phone number in it?
And a thing called the Yellow Pages.
Yeah, absolutely. The telephone book, the
99.
telephone directory used to come out every year, a new edition. And you'd have to know the person's name that you wanted to look up the number for in your area only.
100.
And then you needed to know their address as well. Because let's say you were looking up Scott Mitchell, there could be 30, 40 S. Mitchells in the Bournemouth area. So you had to know which house I lived in to be able to get my phone number.
100. Michael Carr, 154.
And now when you think of the sort of Freedom of Information Act and stuff,
59.
a book out there with everybody's phone number and address in.
Oh, I'd never pass GDPR regulations in 2025, would
Not
it?
a chance of it. But it used to be the norm then. And you'd get these strong men tearing the phone books in half to show their strength.
57.
The back of the spine of the phone
72.
book had wire in it. So you had to flex it till the wire broke, and then you could tear the pages.
Used to be a step planner for me, or a makeshift step planner for me as a kid.
Getting
As
shown the third
Burnett
leg, Richie Burnett.
opens up a 3-0 lead.
I used to use the phone directory
Ball
for
fight
my
Richie
Evil
the
Knievel
third
stump
first.
bike. Just open it halfway and it would jump the phone directory.
Game on. $97.
I don't actually quite know how we got onto that topic, but I really enjoyed that conversation, Scott.
Oh, thanks
One
very
of them,
much.
40.
Probably one of the best we've had all day, to be honest.
And we've had a lot of conversations today.
One or two.
One of them, 40.
The only thing I could the only other good one was calzone or rigatoni.
Just at the both.
60. 140.
Yeah, Burnett closing in.
55.
On a 4-0 win here.
24.
Well, Burnett leads double 12 after 12 darts to complete a 4-0 win over Mike Gillet to
41.
round off the night's
24.
action. He began the night with a 4-3 defeat to Mason Whitlock. But he's going to round it off with a 4-0 win over Mike Gillet, who just didn't quite hit the straps in that game. A warm embrace between the pair at the end of that one. And Richie Burnett finds himself on 4 points. He finds himself back in his groove. Statistically, this is how things went. Richie Burnett with an average of 84.68, 4 from 11 on his doubles. He's on 4 points, same mark as his opponent Mike Gillet, the same as Mason Whitlock, but it is Ryan Brownley that leads the way. He's won all 4 of his matches. He's on 8 points at the top of the table at the end of the opening day's play in Group B. So this is what we've seen on this Thursday night here at the Super Series. These are the results from the last 4 games of the evening session. Richie Burnett getting the better of Mike Gillet by 4 legs to 0. Prior to that, Ryan Brownley beat Mason Whitlock by a 4 legs to 2 scoreline. Mike Gillet beating Steve Hine 4-2. Ryan Brownley beating Richie Burnett by that same scoreline. So this is how the table looks following the end of the first night's worth of play. As you can see, Ryan Brownley on 8 points. He has a 4-point lead from Messes Whitlock, Burnett and Gillet in behind. Steve Hine was unable to pick up a win on the opening night's worth of action, which we have been watching in the company of the former world champion Scott Mitchell. Ryan Brownley leads the way, and really he was a touch above, wasn't he?
Yeah, same as what he did in Group A to say where he was. It was just, you know, every time he went a leg down, didn't panic, just continued to stay focused and do things like this. He just keeps doing it, and the lad just continues to impress every time he comes to the board. It's a strange one. He has a tough game against Richie Burnett. Richie's very difficult to play, but he seems to be able to blank all that out and get on with his own job. He was superb tonight.
And look, we mentioned yesterday that we thought maybe he had to up the levels tonight. Look, when he needed to be pushed, he pushed them up. We saw that in that game against Richie Burnett.
He seems to be one of those that's just doing enough. He knows what he needs to do. again, takes that step back, little bit of composure, and up he goes. It's just super stuff from him. And like I say, he's a special talent, and he's going to be a special talent. And yeah, he's one we're going to need to look after in the future.
Who else particularly caught your eye this evening?
It's a difficult one. I think the chasing back have all been a much of a muchness. Mason has done well. Whitlock, he's done really well. But there are moments that he's let pass him by, and maybe he could have a couple of points more. Richie Burnett's been up and down like a fiddler's elbow. He's just, his whole week has been very similar. But he's one of those players that, you know, if he can just manage to get over the line and get to that Saturday night, he's a former champion. He just knows what to do with the big stage. So, yeah, I think we've got a really interesting group here tomorrow night. And, yeah, everybody's in it at the moment. And Steve Hine's not out of it without a win, but he's going to have to come tomorrow and win 4 out of 4 and hope results go his way.
Kind of none the wiser, really, are we?
No, not really. We are for form, but the way that the Group B works, that you're never really out of it.
Scott, thank you very much for your company as ever. We've got 2 sessions for you tomorrow. Group C is going to culminate from 1 o'clock. This is how proceedings are going to play out there. Oliver King and Richard McKee are top of the table. The action gets underway from 1 o'clock. Plenty coming up across Pluto TV. And this is what's coming up next. We're going to be on the Oki with the Whitlocks, Mason and Simon. That's coming up next. Then we're going to be with you for Group C from 1 o'clock this afternoon. It is this afternoon, actually, yeah, because it's Friday. I'm going to be honest, I'm having a conference meeting with my own brain right now. 13-hour day. Friday, 10 o'clock, we've got Week 10 Group B, Session 2. And then Boris will be back on Saturday night from 7:30 p.m. here on Pluto TV. Looking to join already an intriguing looking Champions Week lineup. But that's it from us. It's Ryan Brownley, who is the boss of B. We'll see you later on. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
What a finish. What a man. The drum roll finishes. And the target is... And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout.
Dirty Harrison!
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.